find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Wait, we got a dream, next to the team, yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call
Introducing.
They know what it is, know what I do.
Nick Tate.
Who don't understand? Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring.
Joe Caldero.
Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit
Chad
into
Young.
my shoes. Still I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem.
Hey, welcome to SmashMouth Footballerz. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
I'm Chad Young.
And guys, welcome back to SmashMouth Footballerz. We're closing out for our regular season, going into our wild card series. We truly appreciate all the love and support you guys have given us throughout this fantasy football year. We're already up to like 3,000 subscribers. We're still trying to reach out to get our 3,500 so we can give away our jerseys. Also, guys, go back and look and see if you've won something, because there's a lot of people that still haven't reached out to us, and you can do that at smashmouth1footballers@gmail.com. But there's a lot of you guys out there. We have gear and merchandise we're trying to give away. And if not, we're going to recycle and do an additional giveaway going into the future, just so we can make sure we can give you those items we promised you.
Right. We also have 3 items to give away on our next podcast.
Okay.
For the comments.
Yep.
So we have 3. Stay tuned. We'll put the names out on the next podcast.
All right.
Yeah, we this is the most exciting part of the year. We're coming from Next Level Entertainment Studios right here. Playoffs. What a great year. Any changes or anything? I think the Commanders kind of all surprised at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And
I'm kind of surprised the Chargers made it.
Really?
Even though they have a great quarterback and a great coach, but
they started off slow.
They were so hurt.
They were up and down
on the wide receiver, and they were so hurt.
Harbaugh. I mean, if your last name's Harbaugh, you can just coach, right?
You're awesome.
Yeah. So, you want to break down our first game? What's on the track
Let's
first?
do both Saturday games.
Okay.
Texans and Chargers.
This is the hardest game. This is the second hardest game, I think, to predict. Houston's kind of down right now.
Houston's down.
The Chargers are kind of surging at the right time. They're getting healthy again. Gus the Bus went back out, but
yeah,
they're running back, pick back. J.K. Dobbins come back healthy.
Yep.
McConkey's a thing.
Quentin Johnson's come on at a right time here lately.
He's so up and down. He's undependable to me. McConkey's a solid though.
I've looked at this game, and I don't want to go against Harbaugh, especially how the Texans have been down, but Texans go the way Joe Mixon goes, and I think I like the Chargers. Vegas likes the Chargers. They're running the Texans defense is amazing. They're
gelling at the right time.
The pressure they put on a quarterback's great. Now the offense is struggling.
Right, the offensive line is a problem.
Joe Mixon and Nico have got to show up for Houston to even have a chance.
It'll be. I don't think it's going to be a low-scoring game. But I think both defenses play a big part in this one. I'm going to go against Vegas. I'm going to say Texans win.
Okay.
Texans win by 3, maybe 6.
So you're predicting Mixon to have a game.
Oh, Mixon. I think Mixon has to go off in this game.
He has to go off. Mm-hmm. Like the Texans, their playoff run, I think it goes behind Joe Mixon.
Right.
Because
between the 2 running backs in this game, that's who it's going to go behind. And I think Mixon's the stronger running back.
Okay. Yep.
JK, even in the last couple games he's played, he hasn't shown his 100.
Like he's 100%.
Yeah, he looks like he's running about 65%.
Yeah. I mean, J.K. Dobbins at 65% is still better than 70% of the running backs in the league, but, we're in the wild card now.
So your prediction is Texans?
Texans.
Okay. Where are you going? I go Chargers too. The
reason I go Chargers is not because of the running game, is because of C.J. Stroud has struggled throughout the year so bad. Mm-hmm. The Chargers have peaked, and right now they're going with fire and confidence. I think that right now their motivation and momentum has got them going.
Yeah, I know with the sack percentage, like Houston's going to rush the passer. They're going to try to get to Herbert. I don't think they can do it. 7.1% sack percentage on Herbert is one of the best in the league. Yeah, I think they're going to protect him.
He's a rollout artist, and he runs a lot.
I mean, they got some experience over there on the other side with Khalil Mack, and Derwin James is playing the best ball he has this year. And Christian Fulton came over as a free agent, and he showed on that 1-year show me deal. Next year, he's going to get paid somewhere else. if the Chargers don't keep him, and I think Nico gets shut down.
Ooh.
And for that, I believe that the Chargers are going to go. I think it's only going to be a field goal. I think it's going to be like
it's going to be close.
A 3 to 4 point game, and that's it.
Close.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go against you on that. I think Nico has 65, 70 yards and a touchdown.
Okay. Yeah.
I think if that's there, it's just C.J. Stroud's the key.
He is the key. Mm-hmm.
If he can become who he used to be, like he's a shell of himself right now. Like the guy who played last year, the fire's gone. Where did it go? I'm not sure.
The fire went to when the offensive line only gives him 2.8 seconds to throw the ball.
If he can find some kind of footing, and if he can get in there and show some resolve, then it'll change the momentum.
I think it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a fantastic quarterback when he's on his game, and I think
he's got to have it here. This is
a test.
Yeah.
This is a test.
But
Mixon does play a big key role.
Yeah.
Between getting yardage when they need it and blocking for him when he needs it.
It's all on the offensive line. Yeah. It is 100% on the offensive line.
I agree completely. Yeah. I do pick the Chargers in this, but there's definitely a world where I see the Texans just Joe Mixon,
mm-hmm.
and let's be honest, the Chargers have become susceptible lately to the run.
They have.
And if
you're one of those guys who does like picks for first touchdown of a game, Joe Mixon 100% first touchdown.
Yeah, Saturday
yeah,
on the Saturday game.
Yeah,
you want to put that prop bet up there?
Yeah.
I completely get that.
I would do it. You can pick for each team.
Yeah,
I go Lad McConkey, Joe Mixon.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Great prop bets.
Yep.
All right, next game on the slate:
Steelers Ravens.
This is a very hard game to predict, I think.
Not for me.
No, not for me either. I think it's a Baltimore.
I think it's 41-17.
Wow.
I'm telling you, right,
41-8.
it's going to be a Baltimore stomp fest.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So who do you stop? Do you stack the box to stop Derrick Henry? Then Lamar runs all over you, or Lamar throws the ball to all his weapons, Andrews, Flowers. I mean, Rashad Bateman
has become a monster.
He is a major, major problem.
Zay Flowers is hurt.
Oh, so he may not even play.
He may not be playing.
If he doesn't play, it doesn't make a difference.
You don't think so?
No, Bateman has done show himself so much. Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, so if Flowers doesn't play, Likely will be involved in double tight end sets.
That's what I was about to say. They throw a 2 tight end set in on you, and then they just got.
There's no way to stop them, man.
I understand on paper what y'all are saying.
I don't think the Steelers have the offense to keep up with them.
No, their defense is great.
The Steelers already beat them once this year, though.
Najee will do nothing in this game.
It doesn't have to, and Justin Fields is going to be a wrinkle here, if not more, in this game. It's already came out that he is
maybe 5 to 8 plays. I don't know unless he gets in there and he just does something dynamic. I don't know.
They were talking about maybe he may get the start.
What?
I don't.
Did y'all not hear this?
That would even. I'm gonna be honest with you. If he starts, it's gonna make it worse.
Now I don't know how often.
I read it, but I also read conflicting
report. Yep.
They're going to use him as Taysom Hill type player.
Yep.
The change of pace on short yardage gains. They're going to use him 8 maybe 10 plays a game.
I usually on paper I love the Ravens in this matchup, but I know earlier in the season the Steelers beat them. Mm-hmm. I also know that they're division rivals. This is the 3rd game they played together.
Right.
Mike Tomlin knows how to play the Ravens, and I think this game's going to be closer. I do predict the Ravens will win, but I think this is going to be a very close game. I think Arthur Smith and them are going to have a game plan.
Did you just say Arthur Smith?
Unfortunately, yeah. But I think he's going to have a game plan for running the ball at Cordell Patterson, Najee Harris, Jalen Warren. I think he's going to get everybody involved.
I mean, Ravens are a top 3 running defense.
Yeah.
Their secondary is the problem.
The secondary is right. And who is going to play opposite Joey Porter Jr. because there's injury over there?
Yeah,
George Pickens may eat. I don't understand why they can't get more of these people. Mike Williams seems to catch one ball a game and then go MIA, right?
Yeah, he goes MIA. Slowed down. He should be playing tight end right now.
Calvin Austin, when they should have him more involved out of the slot. I don't understand that.
They should have more plays
strictly for Calvin Austin.
Yeah.
And I don't understand this George Pickens just run and go like that. He catches that.
Freiermuth showed that he's not dependable. He dropped so many passes this year.
I'm hoping for Pittsburgh's sake, like I love the Ravens. I love Lamar Jackson. Like I think the Ravens are going to win. I know that. But Freiermuth has an opportunity to have a huge, massive game in this. Now I do believe the Ravens are going to win. I think that offense, like you said, there's just too much.
Too dynamic.
Even with Zay Flowers hurt and may not be playing.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But this game, if I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet the spread on this.
But you are a betting man.
I am. And I think this game's going to be closer. I think this game's going to be a lot closer.
You know how they keep it close? It's not going to be dependent on Justin Fields. I don't think he makes a difference in it. It's Warren.
You know what else is super, like, I know the Steelers are on a 4-game losing streak, but their kicker, the Steelers kicker, has more points in the NFL than anybody else this season.
More than Aubrey?
Yeah.
More than Aubrey.
He does.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is going to be a lot closer than we think
So what you're saying is kickers are important?
in the playoffs.
When you have a kicker,
That can kick 62 yards.
Yeah. Where you can you can always put 3 points on the board.
if you watch a lot of games this year, some people don't have kickers.
They do
Yeah,
not.
they don't.
They do not.
Even on the extra points.
Do the Saints have a kicker?
My favorite thing.
I like Groupie.
You like Groupie?
My favorite thing is to watch a game, have to go somewhere, like go to the kitchen or go do this or whatever. Walk back, there's 6 points on the board, and you're looking, you're like, did they miss the extra point?
They missed the extra point. Yep.
There was a lot of that going on this year.
All
Yeah, it
year
was.
long.
So I'm gonna make a prediction here. I'm gonna make a prediction that even though the Steelers have a fantastic defense, they're not going to be able to stop Derrick Henry. They're not going to be able to stop him. 80 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Okay. I think Lamar does a lot of the rushing. I think Lamar gets in the end zone.
I think Lamar gets in the end zone.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you
Rushing.
stop? It's like we say, it's like trying to tackle a Volkswagen.
I think Bateman gets a touchdown this game.
He's really come on.
he's gotten one. He's gotten the most touchdowns of his career this year.
I know we're going to talk about this later on, but Mark Andrews was my number 2 tight end in our league. Got picked
Yep.
up.
Okay.
Yep.
If just to see if I'm right, if Flowers doesn't play, Isaiah likely becomes very important. Two tight ends.
They'll play 2 tight end sets.
Yep.
One personnel. Yep.
Yep.
I see it.
So that's the
Saturday games, right?
Saturday game. So we're saying Ravens, and you guys are saying Chargers. I'm saying Texans.
Yep.
This one's my favorite.
And we're all
one.
saying Ravens.
Yeah,
Okay.
but not even close for me. Not even close.
Favorite game?
Well, next one.
My favorite one: Broncos Bills.
That's you know what this is. This is
Don't do it. Don't do it.
the Broncos. Like they should have played somebody else because now they're out of this of the game.
The matchup isn't good
It's
for the
not.
Broncos.
It's not.
If they could have won against any other team, I think it would have had a better chance.
This ain't it.
But this ain't like the
they-
Bills' weakness is the running game, right?
Yes.
You can run against them.
Yeah.
Well, the Broncos can't run
They don't
the ball.
have a running
can't
game,
get- they
but
got nothing.
they have a quarterback that can run.
Yeah,
He's their weapon.
they do, but they're going to shut that. Bo Nix, rookie, going into
Man,
Buffalo.
I love watching Bo Nix play football.
So do I. It's fun, but they can't run the ball. I don't care who they give it to in the backfield. They can't run the ball. Sean Payton ain't got the talent yet to start this run. He needs another running back. I don't care if it's Estime. I don't care if it's William.
They need
McLaughlin.
to get rid of all those and go get a man named Etienne.
And listen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in Buffalo is just going to put a point. I know that Broncos defense is great. You got Surtain and all that, but Josh Allen, if all else fails, he's going to run the ball.
It's not going to come down to passing at all.
No.
The Bills won't be able to pass. Plus, to me, they have one of the weaker wide receiver cores in the league.
Who, the Bills?
Yeah, to me.
Yeah, but James Cook is, James, what did he have? 17, 18? He led all running backs with touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they had 17, 18 touchdowns. That's not going to stop this.
I love Cortland Sutton. I love him in this game. I think Cortland Sutton has a touchdown.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe 80, 85 yards.
Yeah.
No running backs are even going to be talked about for the Broncos.
I think
It's
the
gonna be Bo
Broncos
Nix.
get 2 touchdowns, and I think the Bills end up with like 30 or 40 points.
That's what I think. I think it's going to be a
closer.
blowout.
I think it's going to be closer than that.
I hope it is, bro. Like, it's a bad matchup for the Broncos.
How are we
It'll
looking?
start. The game will start off slow, and like you said, Josh Allen started using his legs.
Yeah.
and it's over with.
Yeah.
Bo Nix has legs too.
Nah,
Yeah.
not like that.
Yeah.
But one thing I did like about Bo Nix, so have you guys noticed how Justin Herbert was? He will get on his offensive players. He will get on them. Like what are you doing? Bo Nix is a rookie and he's doing the same thing. So I like him. I like him a lot. But I do think the Bills win, though.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a blowout. I would like to have seen the Broncos go against anybody else but this matchup.
I didn't check the weather, man. I would love to see them play in a snowstorm.
It's over with then. Bills win.
Bills win.
We'll tell you right now, Broncos may not make a touchdown at all.
Right. So
because you got to run the ball in those conditions, and they cannot run the ball.
Bills are going to have to run it. Cook's going to have 100+ yards.
There's going to be snowmen on the field and Josh Allen running.
Yeah. Cook may have 130 all-purpose yards.
Yeah, all-purpose. Yeah,
he may have 130 all-purpose yards, man.
He's going to be...
and that's nothing to shake your head to because the Broncos' defense is for real.
Yeah, he's going to be looking like Saquon back there in this game. Packers-Eagles...
Man.
Okay.
I don't know. I've seen people picking the Packers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Get it either. I don't know where that's coming from.
I don't get it either.
I think it's the Eagles all day.
Me too. I don't... So... We do
Jalen Hurts has had a couple weeks to rest.
Yeah, he's rested. He's gotten healthier. He started practicing this week. Jordan Love's hand. Look, I thought when I watched those games last weekend, he hit his hand on the helmet. They took him out.
Right.
All right. They put Malik Willis in. At the end of the game, I texted y'all. I said, "Hey, they don't want to play Philly. They don't want to play Philly." They had him warming back up. I thought they were going to go try to go out there because they were watching the Commanders score. One time the Commanders were losing. And if the Commanders didn't take that lead, I think Green Bay would have put Jordan Love back in to try to win that game.
I agree.
So they don't have to go to Philly.
Who wants to play Philly?
Who wants to go to Philly and play Philly? No. Because that front seven of Philly is probably the best in the league.
Right. Best running back in the league.
Yeah. No, Jalen Hurts is he's going to be healthy. I don't know. He's probably going to be a little rusty. I don't know.
Top 5, easy.
Yeah, but Jordan Love, his hand, he got that hand injury. Mm-hmm. Christian Watson's out for the year.
I'm about to say.
Jair Alexander's out for the year.
And that's their number one guy.
Number one. Christian Watson, he's just...
That's every year.
Every year.
Every year,
he can't stop getting hurt.
No. Put him in bubble wrap. My gosh.
It's ridiculous.
And I don't know.
Started off with spaghetti noodle legs.
Yeah, now he's ACLs and MCLs.
Yeah, that's good. Go ahead.
Concussions.
PCLs,
He's not worth the investment.
No, and it's and Josh Jacobs is. Look, I hate to diminish what he did for this year because he's been a baller this year, but I just can't see.
He can't take over this game.
No, not with that front seven of Philly.
That's what I'm saying. He can't.
So
he's good.
Look at the weaknesses.
Yeah.
Look at the weaknesses. Reed is a definite weakness for Green Bay.
For some reason, he disappeared.
He didn't do anything. He's not even trying.
It's weird.
Wicks
and Dobbs are the only weapons they have, but neither one of them have the body to. They have to be fast.
Yeah.
They're tight end. He's a weapon.
He's great. He's probably the most consistent thing they go on besides Jacobs.
But
you can't
stop the Eagles.
Yeah, you got to stop Saquon. Yeah, you got the best front seven defense in the NFL, and you got Saquon Barkley, and that's enough to beat, I don't know, 80% of the teams in the NFL.
And that's not even adding Devonta Smith and AJ Brown.
Yeah, they're not going to, and they're not going to be needed in this game.
Yeah.
Saquon is going to run the ball. He's going to be the number one running back.
Don't forget, Dallas Goedert's out there too.
I just wonder when is Philly ever going to start throwing intermediate routes to the middle? Like if they did that,
that's when they need to.
Because everything's really need to. Run. Go. Mm-hmm. And I mean, when you got those two weapons, you got the biggest guy and the fastest guy. Why not do it?
Well, I guess they're trying to spread the field out. So, okay, well, if y'all want to chase them, here, buddy, go run 300 yards this game.
Yeah. And they got depth too. I mean, Kenneth Gainwell can spell Saquon anytime. This is just people picking the Packers, and I don't get it.
The two most important pickups for any team this year was Derrick Henry and Saquon.
And what?
They were picked in the third and fourth rounds.
The most important pickup of the year was Saquon, just for Saquon's sake.
Yeah,
I'm talking about for the team. When they picked up Saquon,
I'm saying that boy, he has been getting killed in New York.
He is worth every penny of the investment, but so is Derrick Henry.
Well, he is so thankful. I guarantee Derrick Henry's so thankful too.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah, yes.
They both come off some crap teams.
Yeah.
So I mean, Eagles are my pick to win the Super Bowl. So.
Okay. I'm picking the Eagles to win this.
Wow. Yeah. I think Eagles win this one.
Yeah, me too.
But then again, I picked the Jets to win the Super Bowl too.
Me too. That was at the beginning of the year.
So we're going to say Eagles across the board.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is a
Not even close.
no-brainer. I think what happens is they get up so much that they let Jalen Hurts sit down.
Wow.
I don't think that happened.
In the wild card,
I'm telling you.
it's like a bad omen to let your players sit in the playoff.
I'm telling you, they're going to get up so much they're going to rest their players.
Next game.
It's going to be like the Baltimore Ravens and Texans game.
Wow. Okay.
Commanders Buccaneers.
Oh,
And I know what you guys love.
this is
Jaden Daniels.
Actually, I think this is a Baker Mayfield game.
Absolutely.
Me too.
Absolutely. And this, so of all these games we've talked about, to me, this one's going to get out of hand.
Yes, I agree.
I don't.
You don't think so?
No.
I think this is going to be one of the funnest games to watch all weekend.
Me too. And I think it's going to be back and forth. I think this is going to be one of the most competitive games. Now I do predict the Buccaneers to win. I mean, I think Bucky Irvin's going to go off. I think Jaden Daniels. I think this is going to be too big for Jaden.
It's too big.
It's too big for Jaden right now.
It's too big. And they're playing in Tampa, right?
Yep. And
Can we talk about something real quick?
sure.
Mike Evans.
Yeah.
I love Mike Evans.
Me too.
I'm glad he got his 1,000 yards.
He's going to be wearing a gold jacket.
But that was almost like watching.
That was a giveaway.
That was like watching wrestling or something on TV.
Scott.
That was as fake as it can be. All Baker had to do was take a knee. The game is over.
Well,
So they throw the ball
Just to
in
get
a
him.
short route, and there's not a defender anywhere around him
Yeah.
just to get him there.
Well, I mean, if you saw him when Baker Mayfield handed off the ball and Bucky Irvin got that touchdown, Mike Evans sat on the bench and almost cried. Like he was, like you see his face. He was devastated, and they gave that to that boy.
Well, if Bucky Irving would have
was-
took a knee before the goal line, he would never have got it.
Nobody would have got
4
it.
yards.
Yeah, he would not
At
have
that
got
point.
it.
Yeah.
4 yards.
If Bucky Irving would have done the normal and just took a knee before getting to the end zone, he wouldn't have got it.
When he scored, I said, "Oh no, I said the Saints may be able to come back."
Right.
I mean, that was a minute something. I mean, sprints are rad worse. I don't know what they're going to do with that.
He was doing better this game.
The first half.
He was starting to become a game manager.
Well, in the first half, the offensive coordinator for the Saints.
There were so many
Kubiak's
names
not
getting
being-
told.
Yeah, man, he's got the name. He's the pedigree, and
But-
he's doing nothing.
That second half, they adjusted and he couldn't adjust with it.
Man.
Without Kamara, they didn't change their game plan.
I thought it was hilarious that I was watching this game and all I heard was names I hadn't heard before.
Yeah.
The whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Shanley said underneath Sean Payton, the Saints would have never gave Mike Evans that record. He said they'd have had 8, 9
Never.
people on him.
Never.
He would have never given
Nope.
him that record.
Don't give him anything.
And that's how like Scott Shanley just kind of summed up like how soft this franchise has become.
It's terrible, man.
Yeah.
You remember when they were like a smash mouth team?
Remember when Bountygate? Let's
Yeah.
bring back to Bountygate.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple fines that happened with that.
So they had a receiver, Dante Pettis, who the Saints have cut twice, and now they bring. That's how bad things.
Yeah,
have
that's how
gotten,
bad
man.
it is. Yep. So Jake, the thing that I do like about this game, like Jaden Daniels, when he has design runs, it's always positive. He's leading the league in EPA for design runs, right? So like if he design runs for Jaden Daniels, it can break a game. Can okay. It can but Brian Robinson Jr., I don't know how much success they're going to have with Vita Vea in the middle, just destroying the run game,
Yep.
and then you're going to have to go and Washington. I know Lattimore plans on playing. Mike Evans, Lattimore, maybe he's healthy this time.
Maybe.
Maybe he's healthy this time. I hope so.
Yep. I don't know.
Which is always a fun matchup.
I love watching.
I love it.
They punch. They genuinely do
fight,
not like each
They hate
other.
each other. They fight playoffs against each other.
I just think Commanders' defense is too soft. I think Bucky Irvin just goes off in this game.
The Commanders' defense is the worst run defense in the playoffs besides the Baltimore. Second word. Yep. So
And of course, the Buccaneers are going to try to give Rashard White some play. Don't just stick with Bucky Irvin. Just
run
stick
Bucky Irving.
with Bucky Irvin.
Just stick with Bucky
So
Irving.
I'm gonna say 31-17 because
Oh,
I think it's close.
I think it's closer to that.
They're gonna make Jaden Daniels beat them.
I think it's a 7-point game, and it's going to be a back and forth. Both of these quarterbacks are playmakers.
Yeah.
You know, the only difference is you know, you watch Jaden Daniels, and he He gives it out there.
Oh yeah.
But Baker Mayfield
He's got a fire on him. He's got some kind of fire inside of him.
Something is going on. That boy makes stuff happen.
He thinks about all the coaches and owners and GMs that gave up on him, and he just gets this fire.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a demon inside of him that he's gonna go out there and go nuts.
One of my favorite quarterbacks to watch play.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Now there's a world where Terry McLaurin can take over too.
Yeah, there is.
There is.
That.
I agree with that
Because
that secondary's bad.
I don't think Washington's going to be able to run the ball with Vita Vea in the middle. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball. Brian Robinson Jr. They may get Eckler involved in screens. You're going to see a lot of intended runs with Jaden Daniels, and but I just Tampa Bay has got enough talent to go a little bit of ways in this playoffs, and I predict Tampa Bay to win.
At least the next round.
I think Tampa Bay makes it to the semifinals.
Yeah.
So last game, Vikings-Rams.
This is very hard to predict. Week 8.
I think it's Vikings all day.
Week 8, the Rams beat the Vikings. It was one of the few defeats they had, and
this is going to be a low scoring game.
Yes,
The Vikings have a awesome defense,
and
Rams do not.
What is a benefit? Okay, so like the break. I've seen these people break these down games, and the Vikings, Sam Darnold against man coverage has been atrocious. That's why Aaron Glenn had such a great game plan for him last week. That's why they
Aaron
also
Glenn looked like a genius.
Yep, and they had a hard time converting in the red zone.
Man, they didn't let Justin Jefferson get nothing.
And you would think Justin Jefferson would be so good against a man, but that for some reason Sam Darnold cannot get him the ball in man coverage. And he was missing passes high and wide.
Yeah, he looked like Sam Darnold.
He looked like Sam Darnold in that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like Sam Darnold.
And he did.
From last year.
From Carolina Sam Darnold.
The Jets Sam Darnold.
And what you also saw was Detroit, without Aiden Hutchinson, was getting to Sam Darnold. Mm-hmm. They were getting the pressure was on. He was seeing kind of ghosts back there.
Don't they have like 12 or 13 defensive players out?
Yeah.
These are all plug and play guys.
Yep. And you got
their scout is awesome.
Yep. And you got Jared Verse, Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. Jared Verse on the other side. Yep. Braden Frisk on the other side. You're going to have you got to think that Cooper Kupp has been MIA. Mm-hmm. They got to get Cooper Kupp involved in this game.
Right.
And I know Minnesota's defense is amazing. This is if you gave I'm just going because I think Minnesota's got the better team, but
they got the better defense.
Give me Stafford over Sam Darnold.
Absolutely.
Give me the Rams defensive line over Minnesota's. Now I like the linebackers from Minnesota. I like the secondary from Minnesota. Give me
now, like you said, if Kupp wakes up, I don't know what the heck's going on there. With him and Puka, that's a better team than Jefferson and Addison, and not because of Jefferson's not great. Addison's not the quality these other two are.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, okay, DeMarcus Robinson been a weapon all year.
Yep.
You got Puka, right? You got Kupp.
You got Kupp.
They can't match that.
They can't. Not on the field. No.
They got
not with Stafford and not with the wide receivers that just have the play-making ability.
So
but they've all been sleeping all of a sudden.
Yeah, but those three receivers are going to create the room for our guy.
Yeah, see,
Kyron Williams to just go completely off in this game.
That's it. Personnel-wise, give me Kyron Williams over Aaron Jones.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Rams
on paper, he shouldn't be able to run against this defense, but you can't guard those three wide receivers without leaving something open in the middle.
Yeah, they beat them in Week 8.
Yeah.
Okay, don't be. I'm picking Minnesota because it's going to be in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. And I know it's a dome, which doesn't necessarily help or hurt anybody.
Doesn't hurt anybody,
but only because of home field advantage.
Matt Stafford played 75% of his career in a dome.
Yeah, Matt Stafford's a better quarterback.
Absolutely.
He
didn't show it last game, but he is.
The skill set for the Rams are better than skill set for Minnesota.
Minnesota's defense is better than the Rams.
It is, but the pass rushers for the Rams are nothing to laugh at. I mean, Jared Verse has come on as a beast. Braden Fisk out of Florida State. I didn't think he was going to be this good, and he is. And look, this team was like 2 years ago, didn't have any first-round draft picks, the Rams, Second youngest team in the NFL. And look at all this talent they're just building again.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
So if the Vikings win, I think it's going to be contingent on T.J. Hawkinson across the middle.
He's the biggest. He's the biggest mismatch in this game. Yeah. Who do you got?
I got the Rams.
Okay.
I'm taking the Vikings.
Me too.
But I'm so scared because they're so linear.
Yeah, and then Darnold is up and down. I mean,
but it's
at the wrong time.
So it's just the fact that the Rams just don't have the momentum right now. I think they squeezed into the playoffs, and they got to
match up.
I would love to see them wake up and be like, man, can't believe they won. But
match up, man to man. The Rams win on paper all day long.
Yeah.
I just don't think it happens this time.
They only have a 5.7% chance of winning the Super Bowl, the Rams. What?
Wouldn't that be something?
Wouldn't that be something, right? Like if they...
but let me tell you something. So if they win, right, they got to play someone like Tampa Bay. And then they got to put that fire out of them people. Mm-hmm. And then the next team they got to play is going to kick somebody's butt.
Yeah.
Whoever has to play the Eagles, the Lions.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, Kansas City.
Yeah.
It's these teams we just talked about.
Look,
they can't match up.
There's a world where Minnesota. I don't know. Defensive coordinators need to be getting head job. Minnesota's. I know he failed in Miami, but Denver. Like some of these defensive coordinators need to be getting immediately interviews as soon as their teams are out the playoffs.
You talking about Flores?
Brian Flores. He needs to be getting an interview.
Bring him home.
Bring him to New Orleans. Yeah, but look, there's a world like so. Cooper Kupp, like we said, is MIA. 40% of pass percentage is going to Puka Nacua. You shut that down.
It's over with.
Yeah, you might not. They might not.
Their offense runs through Puka. If you shut him down, they're going to be lost. 40%
target share to Puka Nacua right now from weeks 15 on. If you shut that down, where's Cooper Kupp been? If they can't find him, this could turn into a slaughter.
Oh man,
but I don't think it is.
I don't see it. I see DeMarcus Robinson as being the weapon on this.
I got Minnesota too. So what's our next team?
That's it.
That's it for the wild
card. Let's talk about our predictions for the end of the whole thing. Who we taking to the Super Bowl?
Oh man,
Joe.
I like the Eagles to win it, but I also like the Lions to win the whole thing. So I don't necessarily know.
Are you going scratch?
What do you mean?
Are you going number one or number one? Are you going Chiefs? AFC. Let's talk about AFC.
Okay, no Chiefs.
No Chiefs. So you Chiefs are going to lose in Kansas City in Arrowhead.
You know what? Man, I just don't like the Chiefs, but yeah, they could make it.
Yeah, they're getting healthy. They got the bye, and Hollywood Brown's back, and
I don't like
Xavier
Mahomes.
I sat the last week too.
Yeah,
I don't like Mahomes. To me, Mahomes is like LeBron James. He cries about everything.
That's like 3 weeks of rest.
Yeah,
compared to everybody else.
And then they got a bye, and then you got.
Look, Detroit didn't sit nobody. They stomped everybody's butt.
Yeah, but and their secondary is getting healthy now. And
I'm hoping the Broncos win, and then they got to play the Chiefs.
It ain't happening.
No. Trent McDuffie's going to be healthy now.
So let me explain to you something. If
there's no way
they got to play the Bills,
okay.
I don't think they make it past this. Next week they play the Ravens.
Right.
Hold on. Now you play the Chiefs. Right. It's not happening.
Yep.
Well, hey, look, you're a rookie. You done really great this year, buddy. But go ahead, and take a back seat.
Yeah. Trent Dilfer, when he won the Super Bowl for the Ravens, he was 27 years old. Okay. Joe Flacco, when he won the Super Bowl for the Ravens, he was 27 years old.
Oh, boy.
Lamar Jackson is 27 years old this year. The Ravens are going to the Super Bowl.
You're inventing a whole new 27-year-old.
27-year-old.
Not rockers who died of drug overdoses. Now it's quarterbacks.
Ravens quarterbacks who win Super Bowls.
Wow.
And it was a crazy statistic I saw, and I was like, you know what? I'll get behind that one.
Bills, Eagles win.
Is that what you say?
Yep.
I'd say. Chad, how about you?
Okay, I think the Ravens are coming out. Oh my God, man. I love King Henry with this Ravens team.
He's so good.
And I think when Baltimore gets here, Zay Flowers comes back. And that's enough to push him in. Now, in the NFC, honestly, guys, this is my bold prediction.
Oh.
If Tampa Bay goes to Philly, I think Tampa Bay beats Philly.
Man, I do.
But I think Detroit comes out of there.
So
I think Tampa Bay could beat Philly because I think Vita Vea in the middle will stop Saquon Barkley from running. They will say, you know what? Make them throw Jalen Hurts. Hey, Tush, you ain't tush pushing against Vita Vea.
Look,
hey, you better throw the ball.
You want to hear something funny? So I'm sitting there watching the last game, Vita Vea, and my wife's sitting on the couch. She just looked at her phone. But she looks up from me and she goes, who is that big old boy right there?
Just eats.
I said, yeah, he's as big as 2 offensive linemen.
Yes. You know that?
I said, yeah, nobody gets around that
Move
dude.
him.
She said, that's a big boy.
Yeah.
That's a big boy.
Yeah. And he's playing the best ball of the year. I mean, he
is so fantastic.
He is so awesome to watch.
And he's fast for his size.
Gosh, man, he's good.
So who's our AFC?
Detroit for me. It's gonna be Detroit.
Bills for me.
It's gonna be Detroit Ravens, and I Detroit is just on a mission. Like all the injuries they've had, and the secondary was hurt. And Aaron Glenn came up with this master plan against Minnesota, blew them out. Mm-hmm. They get the rest. Their secondary is going to be healthy next week going in the game they play. They don't care. They'll throw it to a lineman. Mm-hmm. Jahmyr Gibbs is a beast. David Montgomery might be coming back for the playoffs.
They say he's coming.
And the Sun God's great. Hey, if he ain't open, if it ain't Williamson, get open.
Laporta.
Tim Patrick, Laporta, best offensive line in the game. I just cannot see what's scary about Detroit
Weapons
is
on
next
every
year.
corner. Yeah.
Next year, they're going to get Aiden Hutchinson back. So next year,
and they're
going to be stronger.
And they're still strong on their cap.
Yep. That's
Man, Saints need to take some lessons.
It's too late.
They let Dan Campbell out the locker room.
And they're talking about Aaron Glenn. I think Aaron Glenn's great, but we don't need another defensive coordinator.
We need an offensive. Yeah.
We need Joe Brady.
Yeah.
We need Joe Brady. But who's gonna come and have to deal with
the trap?
I mean, I think our cap issues is like $60 million more than the second to last.
Well, Ramchek's retirement cleared $16 million. If we drop Derek Carr, who said he was not going to take it.
He said he's not taking a cut.
He's not taking a cut.
Go look at all my tape and see how much I've done.
Yeah, goodbye.
Eat the $20 million. Be done with him.
Goodbye.
Then you got to get rid of DeMario.
Yep.
You got to get rid of Taysom.
Tyrann
Mathieu.
They're already talking about trading Taysom.
Yep.
Taysom will be in Denver if you do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Detroit.
They're about to put him up on trade block.
Yeah.
Got to, man. That's $15 million of dead money.
I tell you what.
For 10 plays a game.
Yeah.
Okay, so
go ahead. So you're Ravens,
Detroit, and I'm telling you, the only reason I'm picking the Ravens is this 27-year-old quarterback club for the Ravens. Ravens in the Super Bowl, not Detroit. Lamar Jackson, 27-year-old, the third 27-year-old quarterback to win the Super Bowl.
I bet you have like a Ravens onesie.
I have absolutely
pajamas, and a Lamar Jackson pillow.
I do.
He's got a bobblehead that he holds during
Lamar,
the game.
If you're watching Lamar, this is your number one fan in the entire universe.
I got Lamar Jackson under ruse. Who do you got in the Super Bowl?
I hate to say this.
Oh boy,
I'm with Chad. Not because of the 27. I'm legitimately identical. I think it's going to be Detroit.
Now, who do you match up with Detroit though? Player for player, they're the strongest.
I think Detroit just dominates all the way through the NFC. And then I think the Ravens, after they beat the Bills, I think they stomp Kansas City's butt.
I hope so.
Do. I think they stomp it. And then I think they battle it out with Detroit in the Super Bowl, and it just happens to be Lamar's year to finally get something.
Because he's 27 years old?
Not because he's 27. It's because he's got Derrick Henry.
I want to see Patrick Mahomes. I want to see Patrick Mahomes walking back to the line and going like this.
Yeah. Hey, right after Derrick Henry run up the middle, knocked over 4 guys and got a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see a world. I think the Eagles are strong on both sides, man. They're so strong on both sides of the ball.
Oh, they are, but especially that front seven with Jalen Carter and all them.
I hate that the first game is going to be Green Bay Eagles, and then they got to play Detroit. I'm like, God, that's like the one you want in the semifinals. So you know what I'm saying?
It's matchups.
So who would y'all think wins the Super Bowl out of the 2 you picked?
I think it's Baltimore.
I think it's Baltimore.
How great would that be? So if I'm picking Eagles, Saquon just got picked up by them, and then Henry. It's all contingent on the running back.
It is going to be a big play.
I've said this. So, like,
because look at Detroit. Detroit's big game.
Jameer
Gibbs, yeah.
So, and am I just imagining something where Jameer Gibbs get bigger and bulkier as the season went on,
and like more dominant? Like
he was running over people.
Last year he was good, but he wasn't. He just didn't have that strength.
Right.
And
He's strong.
He is something.
And his balance is great, too. Yeah, almost Kamara-like balance.
He must have done some real good workouts in the offseason.
Yeah,
sure.
So I guess that's it for this. I want to do a podcast on potential NFL draft picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will. We're going to have another episode for y'all because we're actually in a fantasy football postseason fantasy.
Yep.
Yeah, they were just highlighting what we got going on, and those predictions are important that we made there because they're contingent on our fantasy players that we picked up. Through. Yeah, so if you like this, comment, subscribe, tell us who you like going to the Super Bowl. Tell us how close you think we are, how far off we are, and after this, we're going to be doing an episode based upon the fantasy football format we're going to play for playoffs and who we like in that.
Mm-hmm. And do our 3 giveaways.
Yeah. I mean, stay with us. Look, just because the season's ending, we're still here.
There's enough fantasy football to go around for a long time.
Yeah. And you know, we got 3 comments last and we got some people liking, subscribing, and we appreciate all that, but we want to know, we need it. Who carried y'all into your playoffs, into your finals? Who surprised you? Because we talked about Derrick Henry and Saquon. You know, there was a world.
Those are easy ones.
Yeah, but
mine was Chuba
Hubbard.
Yeah,
and then boom,
gone.
Yeah,
IR. And then that was into me.
Do y'all remember the beginning of the year? People were taking CD and Garrett Wilson, and there was. Some people were taking King Henry in the late first. Some people wait until the third.
I think I picked 18 in the third round. What a waste of pick.
Can you believe?
If we want to talk about it real quick.
Let the champion talk.
I won the league.
Yep.
Okay. I won our standard league. Mm-hmm. All right. So my biggest decision that changed everything is I sat Breece Hall.
Yeah. It was the number one consensus.
I just quit using him.
He was your first pick?
He was my first pick.
Yep.
I just said it ate my stomach up to say, because I kept wanting to put him back in. I'm like, dude, he's got to have a good. Why can't this guy have a good game all season?
A man named Aaron Rodgers.
Not one thing.
So how important was it?
And then Jonathan Taylor came on the last 3 weeks of the season.
Yep.
Finally.
All year, nothing. The last 3 weeks.
Yep.
Boop.
Honestly, like underneath the same cycle and what they started doing with Anthony Richardson and stuff, I'm looking at him potential first round again. Jonathan Taylor going back up there. What he was doing at the end of the year was amazing, and he couldn't keep him out the end zone.
Right. Yeah.
And I brought this up, but you were Snake and a lot of people in that 10th round of a 12-man league or something, they kind of felt like they were stuck. Like, oh, I got to take King Henry or I got to take Saquon, and didn't know what they were getting because they were changing teams. You know, there were some teams out there that were at the 11th and they got stuck with like Henry, and then they had to go Saquon, or they went Saquon and Henry, and I bet they were like, God, I hate this draft. And then we were probably around week 7. They're like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody in one of our leagues got Derrick Henry, and was it Brian Robinson and Derrick Henry? They got 2 great running backs at the end of the first. Beginning of the second. I mean,
there were people that had to handcuff running backs in what was supposed to, and them 2 running backs that were predominantly supposed to be a wide receiver heavy draft, and you ate this year if you did that.
Yeah, well,
because I got to the championship round with him. Yeah. I lost CMC first game.
Yep.
Go on.
I lost Pacheco half the year. I lost Nico Collins a good bit. So I was plug and play. Jordan Mason got me where I was at.
Yep.
Chuba Hubbard got me where, but that's why it's so important for me to have 6 running backs at the end of the draft.
Yep.
Every year I will have 6 running backs.
Both y'all made the standard league finals. Neither one of y'all used y'all's first round picks.
Nope.
Hey, tell us your story. What players got y'all there? So we got data we can go look up.
Yep.
When we do our rankings and our draft kits next year, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell us. We need this data for next year coming up, okay?
Absolutely.
Well, this is it, guys. Until next time, I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Calder.
I'm Cadillac.
And we're out.
see the team, yeah, we can handle it.
SmashMouth Footballerz.
When I step in arenas, they call me the champ. They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am, who don't understand. Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring, should be immortalized. Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit into my shoes. Still, I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem. Pull up and you know the team is strong. This your anthem. All my underdogs. Everybody get your hands up. Times was hard, but we made it through. We were struggling for a minute, so that winning overdue. Yeah, they know it's true.